Everybody, I'm here with a client of mine, Abde. Abde has been doing some really cool things with his personal brand. He's been growing his coaching offer 100% organically through Instagram, through YouTube. We worked together for a couple of months in the viral sprint, and I just wanted to interview Abde real quick, show you guys his results. But Abde, if you want to introduce yourself, tell everybody what you do, and we can go from there.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for having me first off. So yeah, as you said, my name is Abde. So I have an agency in the US market, and I also have a coaching business for agency owners. This one is in the French market. So this is the business for in which I needed help in terms of growing my personal brand. So when I just started, I basically I had like a very small YouTube channel, uh, probably less than 700 subscribers, and also a very small IG account. So I've just been consuming Simon's content for like a few months now. Actually, I didn't even have my coaching business when I was subscribed to his content or to his account. So yeah, I just DM'd him. I was like, let's get started. I need some help with this. And at first, obviously, like this was my first time working with someone or some type of coaching around the personal branding. I knew that this was super important, but like I basically had no clue how to go about this. So yeah, we just started working together. I just literally implemented what he what he told me to do, and I mean, as you know, I just applied it to a T. I got results like very quickly, which was a bit surprising for me because I knew that I was small and that this stuff takes time and effort. To be honest with you, like it was super. I believe it was like 3 weeks in for me to get my first viral video or something like this, if I remember well. And I had like not even like real followers. I had like 700 or 800, because obviously I had bought like followers because I was running ads on the account and all that stuff. And yeah, just applied the strategies. What I really liked is that, everything was super clear. It wasn't like that these very vague advice that you see sometimes. It was just like, you know uh, do this style of content. You can replicate this model, blah blah blah, and then it just works. So yeah, man, pretty happy about this. Do you want me to maybe talk about the actual impact, monetary impact that it has had?
Yeah, so we finished the sprint, I think like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. And I think you just told me before the call you hit your best month so far. Like considering you started from zero in I think
Yeah.
October or something like that. What levels have we hit now?
Yeah, so when we just started with the coaching, I was doing anywhere around, yeah, anywhere from 6 to like 8K. Um, Actually, 9K was my best month. It was anywhere between 6 to 9K. Once we finished the sprint, I had hit like a 12K month. And now, February, I mean, the last 30 days, this last month is my best month ever. I had like 23K cash collected. And I think in revenue, it's around 27 or 28. Obviously, I cannot track exactly who is from where, but what I know for sure is that the major event that happened was my personal brand growing. So I know that for a fact that it's because of this. Just to put things into perspective, I have a school group, a free community in which I basically nurture my leads and give them content and have like free calls, free weekly calls with them. So these community grew like crazy when my Instagram account started growing because I tried to redirect a lot of people there, to basically nurture them and warm them up. In parallel to this, my YouTube channel also grew because obviously a lot more people were coming on my Instagram account and then clicking on the link in my bio where there's my school and my YouTube. And as a result from this, obviously, I was just getting more deals and more leads, in general. So it's a little bit hard to track, but I know for a fact that just a lot more people know about me, and a lot more people trust me overall. And this is to me like the main thing about personal branding is that when you become a recognizable face and people see consistency in your ecosystem, they're like, okay, I've seen him here and here and here and here. He's always talking about the same stuff and he's always showing the same results and all that stuff. Like they just start to trust you a lot more. And this was like a big misconception that I had in the beginning because if you remember, I was like, I want to give value and all that stuff. And I wasn't understanding the fact that each platform has its own kind of rules. And like Instagram is not really meant for, hardcore tutorials, just posting, super, super niche valuable videos. And this was like a big mistake that I was making. And then, I started picking up on like this whole edutainment, as you call it, type of content, and it works like really well. To actually, let me just give you some numbers, because like when we stopped after the sprint together, I had like 1.1 million views for the month. Again, with like, so when we stopped, I was at like 6K followers, probably like nothing much, and probably like 5K real followers. And now I'm at like 9K. And this month we've hit 4.2 million. Actually, I can send you the screenshots if you want to,
Yeah, that'd be good.
put it in the in the edit. 4.2 million views. Again, like fully organic. Like I have 0.7% that come from ads, so basically nothing. And yeah, it just had like this massive effect on the entirety of my ecosystem.
Mm.
So yeah, man, like probably one of the best investment that I've made. I can't even like calculate the ROI, to be honest with you, because probably gonna make a lot more money like in the next few months and few years. But then I know that this is because of this momentum that I took in the early days. So
Yeah, I think it's crazy to a lot of people that you can grow an audience of like 8,000, 9,000 people and then pull 27K from that audience, right? And
yeah,
then if you can kind of multiply that by, over time when the audience grows to 50K, 100K, then you can have 100K months. You can even touch up to multiple six-figure months from a single audience of like 100K. I think people don't realize that. People think they need to go extremely viral and have like 1 million followers to make good money from social media. But literally, if you build the audience the right way with the right content, you build yourself as an authority and you attack a certain market in a specific way, like we did. We won't share exactly how we approach that, but um, you can really essentially corner the niche and extract a lot of money from a relatively small audience. So you basically started from zero on your personal brand in terms of followers, views. What advice would you give to someone who is, starting from either zero or from very low followers? They're not getting like the results they want. What do you think, other than getting help from somebody like myself, what do you think is like the main piece of advice you would give to them in order to start to see results, start to grow, and start to monetize their audience?
yeah. So definitely, I have like two things that come to my mind. The first one is definitely volume. Like you need to push so much volume, and I think a lot of people have this misconception about like doing quality stuff. But it's a bit weird because I feel like you're not even eligible to quality in the beginning because you have no clue what quality means, right?
Yeah.
And again, this was like another misconception, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of people that are beginners and are watching this have this one. So just do volume. And the second thing is and about volume though, the thing with volume is that it will either like the more volume you do, either you will succeed faster or you will fail faster. But failing faster means that you know what doesn't work, and so you can test other stuff that will work because there's only a finite number of stuff that doesn't work. So yeah, that's about it for the volume thing. And the second thing is definitely like not trying to reinvent the wheel, like try and find the best like I'm not gonna say trend, but like the best formats or structures that are working, and try and replicate them. Because like social media, I feel like it's just a game of being able to perceive what's working and then adapting it to your own niche. So we've been doing this a lot, and this was like really the main thing for me, like to try and blow up with the first few reels. So these would be definitely like the two best advice I could give.
Yeah. And what's your goals for, the next 6 months with the personal brand, with the coaching?
Yeah, so to be honest, now my goal is really to get serious about YouTube. So I've just, got another coaching for YouTube specifically. Now with IG, like I've got a good momentum, and it's just like growing organically because, just more and more people are starting to enter my ecosystem. My main goal is really to try and get as many case studies as possible for my coaching and eventually try and switch to a more leveraged model. Maybe I'm gonna go the digital product route because I have this, I have Go High Level as well that I'm reselling with all my snapshots, etc. So this might be a good idea. Like once I get a big audience that I can monetize, and obviously like increasing the pricing of my mentorship, which is my main offer, so I can work with very few amount of clients at a very high ticket. And in parallel to this, I have a big audience that is monetized with my low ticket thing. So this would be like my goal. And revenue wise, like my revenue goal for 2025 is really minimum 50K a month.
Yeah. I think with your coaching model, you can the typical flow is you started off more one-on-one because you have less clients, and you can either
Exactly.
charge way more money for that, or you can keep it kind of boutique. So it depends what your goals are. Then you can shift that into a group coaching model. So once you get more people in, then you start bringing people into groups, or you can do cohorts. So you can start bringing people. It's a bit more structured. It'll be less one-on-one, but more group focused. And some of the top coaching offers, in the world have scaled to multiple millions a year just on the group coaching format.
Yeah.
There you can then essentially just build an ascension. So then you can have like an in-person mastermind, for example, in Paris. So people can come out for a weekend. I speak to some people that run masterminds here in Marbella or in Dubai, and they're making 100 grand in a day just for talking to people for a few hours. And then you can even ascend people even higher. So if they pay you, 2, 3, 4, 5K for your front coaching, and then you start to have a lot more successful students and they want to scale to this next level, then you can charge a much higher package of like 20K, 30K per person for that. So low ticket model usually works best when you're running at scale with like ad campaigns and you need to introduce some entry level products to get people in the door. But when you have a smaller audience, the best route to go is always high ticket, like what you've done with the free thing to get people in the free group on the front, and then
Yeah.
ascend up to the coaching model. That's going to be the best. And all you to get up to that 50K a month, you could do that with the current coaching format that you're doing, or even just switch that over to a hybrid of one-on-one and group as well. One of the one of the best masterminds at the minute charges a 2K a month retainer, and it's a minimum 1 year commitment, and it's two one-on-one calls per month with the rest of it being group. And he's making millions a year off that one offer. So the route to scale coaching is actually it's quite simple. You just need to keep pushing on the personal brand and build that authority. First of all, the authority, that's the main thing where you can command that
Yeah.
high ticket price. And then second of all is restructuring how you host the coaching so that it's not so intensive on your time and your calendar. And that's basically how you can scale it. And then eventually you can bring in a coach to help take calls and other things like that. But that's essentially the route. But bro, thank you for your time. Thank you for putting in all the great work, all the great effort. I said to you before, and I still do believe that if you keep pushing, you will be the biggest name in the French niche. I've seen all your competitors, and we're already beating like a lot of them. So I think
True.
you keep pushing for another 2, 3 years, you'll be the biggest name in this niche in the French market. So excited to see that, and yeah, I
Same,
appreciate
man.
working together, man.
Thank you so much.